So good evening. So in previous session we have about string data type. In string data type we have seen different concepts how to store a string uh, by using single quotes, double quotes and triple single quotes and triple double quotes. And also we have seen one of the additional attribute how to access the characters in that string. So by using index and by using slice operator. So once again briefly I will explain how to access the characters. Okay. So first one is what? How to access the characters from the string by using the index concept and by using slice operator. Okay. So slice operator, I will explain briefly. So in slice operator, we have we can have three attributes. So those three attributes are. So first one we can take 1 minute. Okay. S of here first one we are going to consider as what? Begin. Next we can consider next one as second attribute is end. And last one here we can consider it as a step. This step is also can also be called as stride. Okay, it is also called as what? Stride. STRID. Okay, so now let us discuss about this step only. So the step can be positive or negative. So for negative values I will discuss after completing the all data types. I will discuss once again. So for now I am going to consider only positive sign. So S of, for example, 1 4, I'm going to take one string s equal to, for example, Shivaram I am taking. Okay, so here what happens? It is called as begin and it is called as end. So begin means what? So indexes are from 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. Negative indexes are from -1 -2 -3 -4 -5 -6 and -7, for example. So begin is what? 1. That means what? From I the value is going to be taken up to where? 4. 4 means it will not take up to 4. N minus 1, that means what? Only it will consider up to 3. That means up to A it is going to be considered. Okay. Now I'm going to consider about step. So here you have to consider one thing, that here I have not given a third attribute. Okay. So if you are not going to give any third attribute, by default the step is going to be considered as 1. Step is what? 1. So see what happens. 1 to 4 means it will consider only up to 3. So see, first it is going to consider I. Next it is going to what? 2. That means what? Only one step it is going to take. So it is going to print as what? V. Next it is going to print as A. Only one step. That means what? By default the value of step is 1. Okay. Now if I don't want to, I don't want default step, I want to change this step. That means 2, for example, I will take up to for example 7 here. I'm going to consider 7. So 1 to 7 means it will consider only up to 6. So see, from here I'm going to consider. So first the value is going to consider as what? I. After that this is one step. So here I'm not going to consider V. Next I'm going to consider what? A. So IA. Next R is, so here there is no space. So R will not be considered and again A will be considered. Is there any other thing to consider after M? Nothing. So the output will be what? IAA. So this is about step. Okay. So this step is also called as what? Stride. STRIDE. Right. So we have discussed also about if you are going to take, we can also take without. Sorry, this can be. Let us consider this as a end. So now what happens from starting onwards? From starting character, the element is going to, the characters are going to be considered until end. End is nothing but what? It will consider up to only n minus 1. The characters considered from start to n minus 1. If you are going to consider, you are going to start with from begin value. Here if you are keeping empty until last character, it is going to consider. In the same way, if you are going to take call only single colon, that means what? All characters will be considered. Okay. Otherwise, if you take in this way also, it is going to consider what? All characters, because by default what is the step? That is 1. Okay. Right. Now yesterday one thing I want to show you, that multi-line string. I want to show you once multi-line string, because in yesterday's example, okay, see here I'm going to take H. I'm going to consider only about H. H is what here? Multi-line string. So if I print this line, it is going to print in two separate lines. One is hi, this is multi, and in second line we are going to print what? Line. Okay, let us see how it is going to print. Okay, see the output here. Is there any slash n concept? No. But if you are going to consider here in this interactive shell, let us take hi, this is multi. I am taking in one line. Here I am going to consider in second line. Now see, if I print a, what happens? It is going to print slash n also, but and also it is going to print only in single line. So if you are going to write the multiple line in your interactive shell, it is going to print. This indicates what? This is going to indicate next line. That means what? This line is going to print it in next line only. Instead of giving going to next line, it has printed as what? Slash n. But if you are going to write in this program as a program, you are going to get what? In multiple lines. Here slash n is not there. Why slash n is not there? Means slash n is nothing but what? New line. Automatically it is not printed, it has executed, so that the line is printed in second line. Okay, the small difference you have to understand. Here what is the case? Means here each and every line will be considered as single. See here, hi, this is multi is printed, and here I have pressed enter, so it goes to second line. Okay, that enter is nothing but slash n. So here slash n is printed and line is printed. But here in the case of program, what happened? Hi, this is multi, and I have pressed enter, but here slash n is not printed here, so it went to next line. If slash n is printed here, what happens? This line will be printed here. So there is no much difference is not there here. So I will show you what happens. Sir, if I take, see, a, hi, this is multi line. In this way, I'm going to take. Now let us see what happens. So see, I'm printing a. So here it is printing as what? In single line it is printing. If I take same example here, it is going to print in different lines. So I will remove all these examples. Just I will take the same example. I will take. Okay. Now output will be what? It will print in two separate lines. So you have to understand this one. Okay. So see the output. It is going to print in multiple lines. So one thing that slash n is nothing but it will go to new line. You have to understand this one. But here it is showing me slash n, backslash n. If it is not showing, the output will be wrong, but it is showing slash n. Slash n is nothing but what? New line. It will go to new line. But here in the interactive shell, directly it is going to print as slash n. Okay, we will discuss about those characters also now, escape characters. Those are called as escape characters. So in yesterday's session, I have not executed this line in this program. As a separate program, I have not executed, so that I have shown you now. Okay, right. So now this is about different type of fundamental data types in Python. So if we consider, okay, if we consider int, float, complex, bool, and str, these five are called as what? Fundamental data types. In string only, we can also have separate special characters are there. Those are called as escape. Okay, escape sequences, or we can consider it as escape characters. Okay, we can consider them as escape characters. Okay, now let us see what are the different type of escape characters. First, let us see what is meant by escape character. Generally in string literal, we can use this type of escape characters to associate a special meaning. That means each and every escape character is going to have a special meaning. So let us see what are those different type of escape characters in our Python. Okay, so first one is what? So every escape character is going to be started with backslash. Okay, so if I want to print a backslash in our string, then I have to use what? Double slash. So for everything I will show you. Okay, this is what? Backslash. This is for backslash. So after completing all these, I will show you the examples. So if I want to print a single quote in my string, then I have to go for this slash single quotes. So now it is going to consider only single quote. Okay, now if you want to print a double quotes, Now what happens? It is going to print as what? Double quotes. Sorry. Okay, this is what? Double quotes. So double quotes, right? So if we want to print a bell symbol, okay, generally we will not use these things, no problem. So this is a bell. Okay, next /b. If you want to give a backspace, then we have to go for /b. It is nothing but backspace. Backspace. And we are also having /n. Just now we have seen that is nothing but /n. It is nothing but what? Line feed, or we can consider it as a new line. Line feed or new line. We can consider it as a new line. Okay. Now next one is /r or /r, which is nothing but carriage return. Carriage return. And next one /t. If you want to have a tab space between two different strings, for example, so I have to use what? /t. It is nothing but tab space. So if we want to get a vertical space, then I have to use /v. Vertical space. This is nothing for vertical space. And we can also have one /f. Okay, /f is missing. So /f is nothing but form feed. Form feed. Okay, these are the different type of escape characters we are having. 2 or 3 more maybe there. So these are the main important backslash characters we can, sorry, escape characters we can have in our Python. So let us see if among these I will take a few and I will explain about those escape characters. If I am using these escape characters in our Python program, what will be the result? Let us see. So these are also nothing but what? A characters. If it is a character, compulsory we have to represent these characters inside a what? Double quotes only. If we want to store a character, compulsory we have to enclose with a single quotes or double quotes or triple quotes. Okay. In the same way, if you want to go for this is vertical. Okay. Right. Okay. Now I will show you the examples. So these are also what? These are also characters. Compulsory. If you want to represent a character or a string, compulsory those has to be represented inside a single quotes, double quotes, or triple quotes. So just I will take 2 or 3 and I will give you an example. Examples of these things. So I will take one example. SC equal to my name. I will take. So here I want to print my name. That means I am going to take two separate words in my name, so that I want to print Shiva in first line and Rama in second line. So if I store in this way, it is going to see what it is going to print as, for example. So it is the output will be what? Output will be Shiva in one line and Ram will be in another line. What is the reason? Here I am going to use /n. /n indicates what? Line feed, or we can consider it as a new line. It will go to new line. So see what is the output? Already here we have seen anyway. Here it is going to where? New line. Next I want to show you a tab space. So here if I take tab space, what happens? Let us see. So tab space will be there in between these two strings. So here Shiva is there. After what I have done here, /t. /t is nothing but it is going to provide a tab space between those Shiva and Rama. We got it. Next I want to show you, I want to print a double quotes and a single quotes between my, okay, this is what? Single quotes. Okay, yesterday, okay, I will show you this one now. Okay, see here what happens. It is printed. Yesterday we tried for SC equal to, for example, I want to store a don't. If I try to store don't in this way, 1 minute. Okay, if I try to store don't in this way, did we get the output? No, we are getting an error. So in single quotes we cannot store, but if we want to store inside a single quotes, that means I want to print a single quote inside a single quotes, then what we have to do? Single quotes, then I have to write don't with by having a slash symbol. Okay, by having a backslash symbol. Now see what happens. So let's print S. So what it is going to print? It is going to print as don't. You can observe here. Okay, right. Now let us take double quotes also. In this I will take, here I will take double quotes and I will save the program. Now see what is the output we are going to get? Shiva double quotes Ram. Okay, next let us see 1 or 2 more. Okay, backslash. Okay, /b. Let us see tab space. Vertical space means multiple lines are there. We will get a what we can say vertical space. Anyway, this is enough because the mainly used are these only, these type of characters only. Okay, now let us go to another concept. So if you want to use, you can use those concepts in between the inside a string, no problem. So these are called as what? Backslash characters, or we can call them as a escape characters. If you observe, for everything here we are going to have what? Only starting with backslash. Okay, so here I will show you about this one also. If you want to print a backslash inside a string, let us take, here I will take backslash. So here I will take backslash. So if you want to print this one in between Shiva and Rama, I want to print a backslash. Okay, so see, here we are going to in this way. If I am going to print a in this way, okay, see what happens here. It is treating as slash r. It is treating it as what? Slash r. For example, here some x is there. I think let us take some x is there. Now let us see what happens here. It is going to give you what? It after slash, if you are going to write a slash inside a string, it will treat it as what? Compulsory. It will treat it as a backspace character. What are the backspace characters we are having? And two or three more will be there. But here, if you are going to write a backslash, compulsory A, B, N, R, T, V, F, something should be there. But X is not there in a backslash characters. So we are going to get an error. Compulsory, if you are going to write a backslash symbol inside a string, it should be associated with one of the backslash characters or escape characters. That means what? It may be slash, or it may be single quotes or double quotes, A, B, or something. If you write some other thing which is not present, for example, C. Okay, I will execute. Let us see. We can understand whether C is there or not. A C is there. Okay. In that way, we can go for different backslash symbols. Okay. We can also write a backslash as also a character. One thing you have to observe, that backslash is also a character. Without writing all these things directly, if I write slash, let us see what happens. So we are going to get what? Compulsory for backslash, we should have some literal. Slash C, let us take. So it is going to print slash C. That means that some character should be there so that it will be printed. Okay, right. So this is about a backslash characters or escape characters. Now let us see, these are till now what we have seen means fundamental data types. These are called as what? Fundamental data types. What we have seen till now. So first one is what? Int. Int data type is completed. Next we have seen float. Next we have seen complex. And next we have seen bool. And now we have completed str. So these are called as fundamental data types. Okay. Fundamental data types in Python. Okay. So remaining are there. After completing a few concepts in this only, I will go for them. So now I want to go for the concept of conversions. Okay. So already if we are going to see in int, how many different type of number systems are there for int? So we are having what? First one is binary. Yes, binary is there. Next one octal is there, and next decimal is there, and next we have seen what? Hexadecimal. So we have seen conversions between these number systems. Now I am telling what? I want to convert one type to another type. One type to another type is nothing but a conversion. I want to convert into to float, or into to complex, into to bool, into to string. Otherwise, float to int, float to complex, float to bool, float to string. So here, what if you want to convert anything into binary in number systems? What I am having a method called, a function called as bin. In the same way for octal, OCT I am having oct. In the same way for decimal I am having int. In the same way for hexadecimal I am having what? Hex. Okay. In this way, now I want to convert the one type to another type. This concept is called as what? Type conversion. Okay, right. So now first let us see how many different type conversions are there. So in our Python we are having two types of type conversions. One is implicit. Okay, implicit conversion, and second one is explicit conversion. Okay, let us see. In the name it says what? Implicit. That means what? We can consider it as internally. Okay, internally it will be done. Here explicit, we can consider it as external. That means we have to do something. So implicit conversion means we are not going to involve in that conversion. Explicit means externally we have to write something to convert that one. So first I will show you about implicit conversion. Okay, so if you are going to perform implicit conversion, there is no need of any user involvement. Directly your system, your interpreter is going to convert that one type to another type. So I will take some examples for implicit conversion. Okay, now see, here I'm going to take a as, for example, 20. So here a is which type now? Int type. Okay, next I'm going to take b value as some 10.5. Here a is int type, b is which type? Float type. Okay, right. Now I am going to perform addition between these two numbers. Okay, addition between these two numbers. So what is the output of this one? We know that answer will be 30.5. But my intention is I want to show some implicit conversion is going to be done here. So directly I will take, okay, here only I will take. So print, for example, I'm going to take print. I want to show you type of A. What is the type of A? Type of A is int. Okay, here I will write type of A, for example. Here I have to write comma. Right now, I want to see the types of B and C also. So types of B and also type of C I want to see. Okay. Now what happens here? A, I know already A is which type? 20. 20 is int type. So answer will be what? Class int. In the same way here, type is what? Float. So answer is float. Now what about C? Here I am going to add 20 plus 10.5. So one int is there, one float is there. Which type it is going to give? Finally, it is going to give what? Float type. Who has converted it? I have not converted. So implicitly, our Python interpreter has converted. This conversion is called as what? Implicit conversion. So let us print the value also. So here I want to print the value of C, for example. So value of C is, just I have to write a comma after this one. Next I have to write C. So now we are going to get the output. Let us see what is the output of this program. So now see here. So type of A is what? So everywhere I have taken type of A. Anyway, I will write type of B and type of C. Right. Now see, type of A, class int, because A is which value? 20. So it is a int. Next, type of B, float. So it is what? 10.5. C is which type? It is having both the types, but it is going to convert into one type. Okay, the type is nothing but here float type. How it is converted? Internally, your Python is going to convert it. Okay, that is called as what? Implicit conversion. Okay. Now here explicitly I have not done any conversion. So we are considering it as what? Implicit conversion. Okay. Now we can also have what? We can also have explicit conversion. Implicit means we are not going to bother any, we are not going to involve in that. But if you are going to have, if you are going to see about external conversion, that is nothing but explicit conversion, there user involvement has to be there. Okay. In explicit type conversion, users convert the data type of an object to required data type. That means what? If you want to convert one data type to another data type, then we have to explicitly, I want to write something, some function. So those functions are, I will tell you. So to convert external, that means what? Explicit conversions, I am talking only about what we can say, fundamental data types only. So we are having what? Int. So we are going to see float conversion, float function is there, and also we are going to have complex, and we are having bool function, and finally we are having str function. So these are the different type of functions we are having for converting one type to another type. That means if we want to convert anything to int type, I can go for int. Okay. So now let us see. I will take first one, and I will show you the examples. What happens? Okay. Right. So here I want to take an int type of data. Sorry, I am going to take different type of data and I'm going to convert it to a int type. So for that we are going to use what? I am going to use a method called as int. So I will show you now. So int of I am going to take a floating point number now. For example, 123.450 or 12.456. Now if I press enter, what happens? The floating point number is converted into 12. 12 is which number? Integer number. Okay, otherwise if you want to see clearly, just I will write down 12.456. so if you want to see the type of a now, what is the type of a now? It is float. Now I am going to convert b equal to int of a, for example. Now what it is going to be done? A is which type? Float type. I am going to convert a into b. So now let us see. B, the value of b is what? 12. So I want to see the type of b, for example. Okay, what it will be? It is nothing but int. So first point what we can observe here, float type can be converted into int type by using a function called as int. Now I want to convert complex number to int number. Whether it is possible or not, let us see. So it is not possible. Anyway, let us see which type of error we are going to get. So for example, 10 plus 20j. So we are going to get which error? Type error. So here complex, see here two values are there. That is what real part is there, imaginary part is there. So how to convert into a one value? So there is no process of converting complex to int type. So complex type cannot be converted into int type. Now I want to convert boolean type into integer. Bool type means what are the different variables we can have? What are the different literals we can have for bool? Only true and false. So int of, already we know true is nothing but what? 1. False is nothing but what? 0. So directly we can write, no problem. Okay, next, if you, this is about bool. Now I want to convert int to, for example, I will take int of 1234. 1234 is which number? Int number only, nothing is there to convert. Okay, next, if I want to convert a string, okay, a string into, all types are completed, three other types are completed. Now I want to convert string type to, listen carefully, this is somewhat important, string type to int. It is possible, but there is some restrictions, I will tell you. 1 2 3 4, it is valid, so we will get the output called as 1 2 3 4. But now I will take one more value, that is what? Int of single quotes I am taking here. Here I am going to take 123.45. Now we are going to get an error. Reason is compulsory, if you are going to convert an integer, sorry, a string into an integer, compulsory that string should contain a numerical value, that should also be in decimal form, and also it should be int type only, it should not be float type. Once again I am repeating, if you want to convert any string into integer, compulsory that string should contain only decimal type of value, that also should be in fixed point number, it should not be a floating point number also. So see, this is a string, I have converted it into int, no problem. But this is what? This is a floating point number, I cannot convert it into int. Only the string should be in which form? Fixed point number form. Okay, it should not be floating point number also. If you try to do, let us consider, sir, it is a fixed point number, I am going to take fixed point number only, but I want to take in a binary conversion. Okay, it is also not possible. Sorry, here I have converted what? Int of 0b 1111, that is nothing but what? Normal int conversion. But if I want to take a string, and I have not taken string, now see, 0b 1111, is it possible? What I have discussed here, if you want to take any string, that should be only in a fixed point number type and also in decimal form only, but it is in which form? Binary form. So output will be error, value error. Okay, we have to understand what? If we want to convert any string to int type, compulsory that string should contain only fixed point number and also in decimal form. It should not contain any octal form or hexadecimal form or binary form. So if you are trying to write any of those forms, what is going to be happen? We are going to get an error. So sorry, here I have taken what? Single quotes I have to take because it is a string. Okay, we are going to get value error. In the same way, I will take a string which contains a hexadecimal number. Okay, 1A2, for example. So we are going to get what? Value error. So this is about the conversion of all other types to int. I will take a normal string also. So it is first thing is what is not a, it is not a number. So compulsory it is going to give you what? Value error. Okay, this is about conversion of from one type to another type. That is what here I am going to consider if all other types to int. That is what? Float to int, complex to int, bool to int, and also I have taken string to int. So here what are the points we have to observe? We have to observe 2 points that. So I will show you those 2 points. The 2 points are, we cannot convert complex to int. This is not possible. And if we want to convert str to int type, we are having some rules. Those rules are compulsory. String should contain which numbers? Only fixed point numbers, and also it should be in decimal form. It should be in decimal form. Okay, these rules we have to understand. Decimal form. If binary, what happens? Or if octal, what happens? If hexadecimal, what happens? We are going to get an error. So this is not possible. Only in which form it has to be? In only decimal form. Okay, right. This is about converting from all other types to all other fundamental types to int. Now I want to show you about all other types to floating point number. Okay, 1 minute, I will close this. And okay, now see, I want to go for float, right? I want to go, that means what? I want to convert all other types to float. So first I will take int. So float of 10 is otherwise 50, for example. So 50 is what? Int type. Automatically, what is the difference between our int type and float type? Decimal point will be there in between. So here if I convert, what happens? 50.0. Now if I want to convert float type to float type, what happens? There will be no difference. Let us take 50.5. Will there be any difference? There will be no difference. Now the point is, I want to convert complex type to what can I say? Float. Is it possible? It is not possible. So int to complex to int not possible. Complex to float also not possible. Next, if I want to convert a boolean type is nothing but what? Let us consider true. Okay, so what is the value of true? True is nothing but 1. So as we are converting it as a float, it is going to give me what? 1.0. If we are going to consider float of false, okay, let us take false. What we are going to get? False value is what? 0. So automatically, as it is a float, 0.0 we are going to get. That means what? I can convert bool type to float. Next, if I want to convert float, all types are completed. Now I will go to string type. Now let us see what happens if I convert, if I write normal int here. So what happens? It is going to give me 1234.0. Now here I am going to take what? Floating point number inside a string. 1234. Okay, let us take this one. So it is valid here. Reason is what? In before example, I am converting string to int. So that string should contain what? Only int type. So only fixed point number. It is also in decimal form. Here what happens? In the same way, here int can be converted into float. Just it is going to add 0.0. And also string which contains int also can be converted into float, no problem. Here inside the string what we are having? Floating point number. So it is possible to convert a string which contains fixed point number in decimal form, and floating point number also can be converted to float. Okay, right. Now I want to say here also it is not possible to have what? Float. Here also if you try to write 0b1111 for example, we are going to get an error. Same like your int conversion. Okay. Now I'm going to show you about let us take some other value like float of 10. Just let us see this one. Okay, here we are going to get what? Value error. So here the things you have to observe is what? If you want to convert a complex to float, it is not possible. First point. Second point is what? If you want to convert any string to float, compulsory that string should contain fixed point number, that also in decimal form, and also that string should contain, or the string should contain only floating point number. Then it is possible to convert string to float. Otherwise, if you are going to take some other strings, it is not possible. Okay, right. Now the important conversion, that is what? Complex. So complex conversion. So here we are having, if you are going for complex, here two different values are there. Okay, I will explain you. So how complex number looks like, tell me. So 10 plus 20j. Okay, to convert other types to complex, we are having two ways. First form is, 1 minute, complex of, for example, x. So here x is nothing but real part. This x is nothing but what? Real part. Next, second form is, or second way is, complex of x comma y, where x is real part and y is imaginary part. Y is what? Imaginary part, and x is what? Real part, which is nothing but, here see, this is nothing but what? X plus y, yj, or something we can consider. Here also this is nothing but what? Here I am going to consider x plus, is there any imaginary part we are having? Not there. So 0j we can consider. So now I will go to first form, that is what? Complex of x. So I will take all the types. That means what? First I will take x as int, next x as float, next x as bool, next x as another type is what? Str. Now let us see what happens. Okay, right. Now I'm going to consider complex of x. That means what? In bracket I should have only one value, so I'm going to consider only 10. Now see what happens. Only x I'm going to consider. Automatically imaginary part will be what? 0 only. Only real part I have considered. So what happens? Complex of 10 is nothing but it will give you 10 plus 0j. That means what? I can convert into two complex, no problem, with one parameter. Now I'm going to consider complex of 10.5. I'm going for what? Floating point number. Is it possible? Yes. Already we have seen in previous sessions that real part and imaginary part can be what? Float. No problem. Okay. Now I am going for Boolean type. So complex of true. True means what? 1. So 1 plus 0j. In the same way, if I am going for false, false means what? 0. So it is going to give me what? 0 plus 0j. Finally, it is nothing but 0j. Now I am going for what? Complex of string. So if you are going for strings, restriction will be there. So what can be there? We can have int type, and if you try to, let us see whether a float is possible or not. Is it possible or not? Yes, it is possible. Reason is what? In already when we are discussing about complex, we have discussed some points. That what is that? So real part and imaginary part can be int type or float type. Okay, so now it is possible. If I take some other strings, let us take 10 for example. So is it possible? It is not possible. If you want to take in different notation, okay, some different notation, is it possible? It is not possible. Okay, but just it is what? It will be, if I am going to take without any brackets, this is what? It is nothing but an integer, but in different form. Integers can be taken, no problem. Okay, but if I am going to consider complex of string, I am talking about strings. So in this, if I take it different format, it is not working. Okay, if you want to convert, this will be considered as what? Int type only. This is also int type. Here 10 is also a int type, but it is in which form? Decimal form. But it is in which form? Binary form. That is the difference. So here if you take decimal, octal, binary, hexadecimal, it will work. But we have to observe what? In string I am talking. If you want to take a string that has to be converted into complex, then that string should contain only what? It should be in fixed point number. That is also should be in a decimal form. And also we can have a floating point number inside that string. Other than these two types, if you are trying to write any other string, it may be a 10 or it may be some in other form, in binary form also, it is not going to accept. Okay, this is first type of complex thing. Now I will go to second type. This is what? First type. In second type, what we are going to have? We are going to have two parts. Okay, so here one point we have to observe. What is that? While converting string to complex, that x value, that one parameter should be what? Int type, that also be decimal form. Otherwise we can take what? Float. Okay, that's it. Now I'm going to second form. That is what? Okay, that is what? Two variables are there. Okay, two things are there. One is real part, another one is imaginary part. That means now I will take different notations here. First I am going to consider complex of, here I should take how many parameters? Two parameters. So first I will take int parameters, 10 plus 20j. Is it possible or not? Sorry, not in this way. 10 comma 20. What happens now? Automatical output will be what? 10 plus 20j. First is what? Real part. Second one is what? Imaginary part. So it is valid. Now I will try to take one as floating point number, another one int. No problem. Already we have seen these rules. So next, complex of, I will take here 10.5 comma, another one is also 20.5. Will there any problem? No problem. Next, one more thing I will take. What is the 20.5? Okay, 10.5 comma integer. Is there any problem? No. Now I am going for, so here what we can observe, two floats I will take now. Okay, I think I have taken two floats. Yes, two floats also completed. No problem. Now I am going for another type. That is what? True, false. First let us take, sorry. Okay, true comma true. True comma true. What happens? 1 plus 1j. Because 2 is what? 1. If I am going for true false, what happens? 1 plus 0j and so on. That means what? Boolean also can be converted into complex. Now I want to convert complex of remaining type is what? String type. So if you are going to consider string type, that is what? For example, string type I am going to consider 10 comma, for example I will take 20. See, here it is not possible. Reason is, okay, first I will tell, I will explain this error later. First I want to show you that some more examples. So here what can I take? 10. Okay, first I will take string here. First real part as string and other part as normal number. So here also we are going to what? Complex can't take second argument if first one is string. That means compulsory, if you are going for a second argument, first string should not be a string. But if you are going to take single one, see here, if you are going to take a single string, then it will be fine, no problem, it will be fine. But when we are going for second parameter, if you are going for second parameter, what is the error we are going to get? Complex can't take second parameter. It is not possible to take. Reason is what? If first parameter is string, second parameter cannot be taken. In the same way here also, if first string is a string, second string cannot be taken. Or second, okay, you have to understand this point. So if only one is there, it is no problem, we are going to get. But if you want to write two arguments of string type or any other type, it is not possible to take. Okay, only if it is a string, only one argument should be taken. So finally I can conclude with this: what? Complex can't take second argument if first is what? A string. And also complex second string can't be a string. So I will write these things once again. So see here, you have to understand. Right, now see here, first thing is what? Complex. I'm talking about this complex. can't take, otherwise I will write directly, complex second argument can't be a string. First, this is one point, can't be a string. Next one is what? Complex can't take second string, second argument if first is string. Two things are different. First is string. Okay, see, second argument can't be string. That means what? Second argument we should not take string. And another one is what? Can't take second argument if first is string. That means what? So second argument can't be string. That means what? Let us consider it is not possible. Okay, some complex of it is not possible. This is first case. It is not possible. Second case is what? Can't take second argument. That means what? Let us take complex of first one is string. Sorry, first one is I will take here 10. It is string. Let us take this one as 9, for example. Okay, this is 10 here. And second, if you take first string as a first argument as a string, compulsory you cannot take it. Maybe any string we cannot take it. Okay, can't take second argument if first is string. So this is different conversions, other types to complex. Now I'm going for bool type. It is very easy. Bool type. Reason is what? Only one thing we have to remember about bool type. If we are going to consider int type, only bool type is nothing but if non-zero will give you result as true. If 0, it results as false. In the same way, for strings, what happens? Empty string, not space also. Empty string leads to false. In otherwise is what? Here also, if it is not an empty string, not an empty, okay, then we are going to get true. Let us see the examples. So, okay, right. I will show you the examples for this one. So here, bool of first time come from what we can say integers, int type. So bool of 0. Bool of 0 means what? It is a 0. So answer will be false. Okay. Because what? Except 0, all other non-zeros will come under what? True only. So if I take 1, true. If I take any other non-zero number, it may be anything. 125. What happens? True. Except 0, remaining all non-zero will get what? True only. It will convert into true. Here we can take anything, not only one type, we can take any type. 0b 1111. What happens here? So it is a non-zero. Automatically it will convert into what? True. Okay. If you are going to take bool of empty, is there anything to convert? Nothing is there. So automatically it will be what? False. Now I want to convert floating point number 0.0. It is 0 or not? Yes, it is a 0. So we are going to get what? False. At least if I take some other thing which is not 0, we are going to get what? True. Only for 0.0 or 0 or empty, it is going to give you what? False. In remaining all non-zero cases, it is going to give you true. Let us go for complex things. 0 plus 0j. Now it is what? Totally it will give you what? 0 only. So it is what? False. If you are going to take non-zero things here also, for example, 0 plus 0j. Sorry, I will take 0 plus 1j. Is it belongs to 0? No. There's something that is there which is not 0. That is what non-zero values are there. So we are going to get what? True. Next, I am going for strings. So first I will take empty string. See here, this is called as empty string. Okay, so we are going to get what? We are going to get false. I am taking bool and I am going to take empty string. You will think it as an empty string, but we are going to get what? True. Reason is what? Inside this I have taken space. Okay, so space is also considered as what? Some string. Space is also some string. Okay, it will have some Unicode. Okay, right. If you are going to take any other strings except empty string, we are going to get what? We are going to get true only. Okay, right, and so on. So for int value, 0 is treated as false and all other non-zero values are treated as what? True. If you are going to consider for float, 0.0 is treated as false, and all other non-zero values are treated as what? True. For complex, except 0 in real and imaginary parts, everything is going to be considered as true. For the strings, except empty string, remaining all non-empty strings are what? True. Okay, this is about converting all other types to bool type. Here there is no problem, just you have to remember what? Only zero. First one is what? In int 0, if 0 is there, it is false, except 0 value remaining all gives you what? True. Okay, in the same, if we go to what we can say float, only 0.0 gives you what? That means not only 0.0, 0.0000 also will 0. If it is containing only zeros, it will give you false. If you are going for non-zero in floating also, you are going to get true. In the same way, if you are going for complex types, then except 0 in real part, if 0 is there, and in the imaginary part also 0 is there, then only it will give me false. In all other cases, it will give me what? Except real or, okay, I will show you, except real or imaginary contains non-zero, we will get what? True only. Let us take here 1 plus 0j. I am going to take, what happens? See, we are going to get true, because if if the real part contains 0 and imaginary part contains 0, then only we will get false. In all other cases, we are going to get what? True only. Next, if you are going for string, for except empty string, all other, it may be space also, it will give you what? True only. So if it is an empty string, that means what? Just if you are going to open and close the brackets, then you are going to get what? False. If you are not going to write anything also inside a brackets, then we are going to get false only, because nothing is there to convert. So it is a false. Next, last conversion is string, all types to string. Here the advantage is we can convert any type to string. There is advantage of this one. So the function is what? The function is str. So let us see that one. So first I am going to show you about int type. What happens if you write any type in these brackets? Just it will encode in a single quotes. That's it. Whatever you write in brackets. So what happens? It is going to keep a double quotes. That's it. It is going to convert whatever you are going to write inside a bracket. Okay, it is going to give you what? Just single quotes. Next, float is converted into string. Now I want to take what? Boolean. Just it is place what? Single quotes. So str to false, I will take false also. What it is going to make? False. Now see here, if I am going to take something, what is this? Is it a string? Is it a complex? Is it a int? Is it float? We don't know. So it is going to give you what? Error. Okay, because why? It is, if I am taking false, it should be capital. If you write in this way, your interpreter don't know what it is. Okay, 1 minute. Sir, if we allocate some empty space in bool, then it should be true. Yes, it should be true. So already here we have taken that case. This is the case. Whatever you are asking, it is the case. Here I have taken space. It is true, but here I have not taken even space. So it is false. Okay, right. Now, next one. So I have converted what? Up to bool. Now I am going to convert. Is there any other remaining types? Nothing is there. Okay, if I take string to string, what happens? Nothing will be there. The result will be same. Okay. So here any type, that means what? All other fundamental types can be converted into string. So here briefly I will explain what ever we have discussed today. That is what? Today we have seen about conversion, that is what? Type conversion and casting. So type conversion can be two types. One is implicit conversion and second one is explicit conversion. So implicit conversion means already the conversion will be done by your Python interpreter. So we have seen one example also, that is what? I have taken a equal to 10 and b equal to 10.5 and I am going to consider it as a plus b. What happens? This is float and this is int. C should be what? Either int or float. It has converted into float because when compared to these two, it is having highest priority or it is a larger type. So C becomes what? Float. Okay. Who converted it? I have not converted. Your implicitly your what we can say interpreter has converted it. So it is called as what? Implicit conversion. But externally, explicitly, if I want to convert any type into any other type. I'm talking only about fundamental data types. Then we are, for each and every fundamental data type, I am going to have one function to convert any type to int. I am having int type. So here, what are the rules? Complex cannot be converted into int. Okay, right. Next one. Second point is what? Here, second point is what? If we want to convert a string to int, compulsory it should contain what? Only, without any, it should be in decimal form, and also it should not contain in any other binary form, octal form, or hexadecimal form, and also it should not contain any floating point numbers. If we are going for if you want to convert any other type to float, so here also complex is not allowed. That means what? Complex number cannot be converted to, okay, cannot be converted to what? Float. We are going to get which error? Type error. Here we can write what? So string can be taken only for some values. For example, it is what? Fixed point number, that also should be in decimal form. Next, if you're going for floating point number, it's okay, no problem, because I want to convert into float only, so it is valid. Okay, right. Complex is not possible. Okay, right. Next one, what? If you want to convert anything to complex, what is there? Two ways are there. One is what? With one parameter, and second one is with two parameters. Okay, right. Next, if you want to convert anything to bool, bool means what? Everything except zeros. In int, 0 is false. In float, 0.0 is false, or 0.000 is also false. Next, if we are going to consider bool, bool is cannot be, no need of converting into bool. Third type is what? Complex is except 0.0j, that means, sorry, okay, 0.0j, remaining all are what? True only, except this one. This is what? False. In string, except empty string, remaining all will be considered as, except this is what? This is only false, remaining all other true only. Except if you are going to take space also, it is going to give you what? True only. Next, last one is what? String. Any type can be converted into string, no problem. There are no restrictions. If the type is present, it will be converted into string, no problem. So this is about the type conversions. So we have seen implicit conversion and explicit conversion. So in next class, we are going to see about fundamental data types which related with immutable. Okay, there we are going to see the concept of mutability and immutability concept.